All right, it is 10 o'clock. We are here at the Seneca County Board of Commissioners meeting. Today is Thursday, February 1st, 2024. We're going to get the meeting started at 10 o'clock a.m. If you would, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Today we're going to have Sherry lead us in prayer.
Father, thank you so much for this day, for bringing everyone here. We have such a full house today. There's a lot of impact in this room. I just pray that you'll be with everyone, bless everyone. And I just thank you especially for the commissioners for bringing such good, wise men to the office. And I just pray that you'll give them wisdom and guidance today. And that you'll be with Commissioner Paradiso as he's gone today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Very well done. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso's absent. Commissioner Schuff.
Here.
Commissioner Franker.
Here. 2 of the 3 commissioners are present. Can I get a motion here for the minutes? I will accept a motion to approve the digital audio-video recordings of the previous board session from Wednesday, January 31st, 2024 for our special session.
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Franker.
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passes 2-0. Okay, here we see on the agenda we have an appointment.
No, there are no appointments.
Just double checking. All right, commissioners report. Commissioner Franker.
So last Thursday night, attended the Board of Health meeting. We talked about many facets of the Board of Health for fee changes and many other topics and stuff we talked about. Went to over to Fostoria, did a radio interview Sherry and I did with Don Abraham on Tuesday. Was that Tuesday or was that Wednesday? Tuesday. Wednesday we did that, yep. Okay, time flies when you have fun in this season. Wednesday, right. So we did that. WFOB over there, Don Abraham did a interview over there with her. And then we had our special board meeting following that. This morning, Sherry and I was on WTTF this morning for the county coroner report. And that brings us up today. Today is also Township Day. So back in 1998, it was passed that to let everybody know that the importance of townships being kind of grassroots, foundation of our government stuff on it. So kudos to all the trustees out there, former trustees and stuff on it. So definitely a great team of guys out there that kind of boots on the ground with it. So I do want to say next Thursday night is the Tiff and Quanah's cooking show. So there's Chief Pauly and myself. I think there's going to be some other people that around the community is going to be there doing a cooking show. So looking forward to that. So, and then I think this afternoon at 4 o'clock we have the ribbon cutting for the Tiff and Fire for their anniversary and stuff on that. So that's what I got.
Good report. Thank you, Commissioner Frankert. So last Thursday, I was over in Fostoria, attended the ribbon cutting for the Fostoria Chamber for the new axe throwing business in the axe. All attended. Wish them the best of luck and good things happening over in that end of the county. Had a meeting with Jim Klein this week, went over some issues and stuff at the Board of Elections. Also, I had a meeting this week with Roy Zinn. He's on our Bicentennial Committee. What we're doing is working on some different events this year. Seneca County turns 200, so pretty excited about that. We really appreciate all the help that we're getting here from the local chamber and pushing the events, the creativity level from them, so thank you for that. But we're working on some coin stuff, some different events, possible like scenic canoe tour through Seneca County, a lot of fun events. But thank you to the chamber and the Bicentennial Committee for all their hard work. We also had a special meeting that was yesterday with the commissioners here and our county administrator, going over basically getting some updates on union negotiations, so keep you posted on that. Also this morning I attended a downtown development committee meeting. There's some new board members coming on, some old ones going off, but good things happening in downtown Tiffin, and it's a good board that we have on there, and just kind of stay tuned to that. And as Commissioner Frankert alluded, we have the 130th year for Tiffin Fire. I you'll either have two of us in attendance possibly, one for sure, but looking forward to that. Tomorrow's Groundhog's Day, so hopefully we get some good news there. And then for those not aware, coming up here this next week, there is a public meeting here with the Ohio EPA at Stacy's Place in Fostoria that is open to the public to voice their concerns as far as issues addressing the landfill, and should be educational, we hope, and just urge citizens to turn out for that and please make your voices heard. That's all I have to report on at this time. And what we'll move into next here is the county administrator's report.
I just have a couple of things today. Just want to let you know that we are working with the sheriff's office since tax collection has started with the increase in property taxes because of the reevaluation this year, and we had some issues with parking. We're working in conjunction with the sheriff's office to have them patrolling the building as well as the parking lot over there. They will be doing that until tax collection ends on Friday the 16th. They will be ticketing if you are in a 2-hour spot or the 15-minute parking spots that we have designated for taxpayers. But I just wanted to bring that up to speed that we worked with the sheriffs to get that taken care of last week. I also want to bring to your attention the District Advisory Council meeting is set for Monday, March 18th at NCOESCO. It's at 6 p.m. That is put on by the Seneca County Health District.
All right,
I
thank you.
also have a couple of things for the School of Opportunity. Obviously next month, the month of March, not February, the month of March is National Board of DD Day month or awareness. They will be starting some things that they have. They have the celebrity basketball game that will take place on March 14th. And the Palm Sunday dinner will take place on March 24th, which will be drive-through only. Those reservations for the dinner have to be in, the deadline is March the 11th.
We did that last year, and boy, they did a nice.
They do a
deal.
very nice job.
Fantastic job.
They get a couple hundred people through. I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah,
the exact
there's a
number.
lot. There's a lot of
Quite
people
yeah,
that
it
go
was
through
great.
that.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
So,
It's
No,
fantastic.
they do a great job out there, for sure. We run a tight ship.
so that's all I have.
Thank you. Any old business, is there any old business to go before the board here, anything that we need to discuss? All right, moving along here, we'll get into new business and supplemental appropriations.
Okay, I have a few. I have for maintenance and repair fund, the equipment garage, $50,000. This is for a new vehicle for them. The federal fiscal year 22 IDEP fund transfers out of $700.65. This is for an overage that will be transferred to the general fund. The federal fiscal year 22 STEP fund also transfers outline of $857.08. This also is an overage to go to the general fund. The federal fiscal year 23 IDEP fund transfer outline $287.25. Again, an overage that will be returned to the general fund. I have a couple of things for the capital projects fund. The Southwest EMS station for $22,500. This is for phase 1 study and the architectural fees of that. This is station 2. We're calling it station 2 at this point. But this is so that we can get the ball rolling on that building. The County Capital Projects Fund for the Ag Building for $940,000. This is to complete the purchase of the AT building. And then also out of the Capital County Projects Fund, I have the Commissioner's Office for $7,000. We will be replacing a couple of windows in our building. And then I have for the VOCA fund, the transfer outline of $64,462.26. This is to move to the current year grant line. So that's what I have for supplemental appropriations.
So moved to accept.
Second, Commissioner Frankert.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff.
Yes.
I have several resolutions. The first being setting place and time to accept the sealed bid for the AWAS 3 PT replacement at the airport. I think this is weather, I think it's a weather-related project. And that time and place will be set for February 29th at 10 a.m. here at the Commissioner's office.
Sorry, say it one more time, February.
29th
Thank you.
at 10 a.m.
So move.
Second?
Any other discussion?
Any other discussion?
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes. Motion passes 2-0.
A resolution authorizing the expenditure of non-general funds for interest unable to be removed from the Seneca County Engineers credit card. It is in the amount of $32.62 as of the January 24th statement, 2024 statement. But we will also be including any additional charges if they're in February. They will be allowed to pay that as well.
Motion to approve the resolution.
I'll second. Okay, follow up on what's this again? It will-
They have been received, what's happened at the engineer's office, they make a payment, it may not get applied in a timely manner. It's paid on time, but it may not be applied to the account on time, so the credit card is charging them interest. They will not remove the interest from the credit card, is what's happened. We've had to do it, I believe, back in June or
We
July.
did something before
Yeah,
on, yeah.
for them as
Should we
well.
should we look for a different credit card?
I don't know, maybe. So, but that's, you know, that's up to the engineer, so.
All right.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution approving the amendment to the contract for victim assistance services. This is for the city of Tiffin. Between the city of Tiffin and the annual payment will be $30,000 beginning in, be retroactive to January 1 of 2024.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made to the VOCA grant 2138. This is in the amount of $64,462.26.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions? Comments?
Voca again.
It's the Victim Advocates Grant, basically. I don't know exactly what it, off the top of my head, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing fund transfers to be made to the general fund. These are in the amount of $3,101.10. We are transferring from the federal fiscal year 23 STEP and IDEP grants and the federal fiscal year 22 IDEP and STEP grants. They were overages, and they're just, the money can't be used, so it's going back into the general fund.
Motion to approve the resolution as presented.
Second.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a fund advance repayment from the Impaired Driving Enforcement Program, or IDEP, to the general fund in the amount of $17,001.08.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a fund advance repayment for the Impaired Driving Enforcement Program, IDEP. This one, I believe, is the 2022 program year for $5,000.
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a fund repayment for the Sheriff's Selective Traffic Enforcement Program, or STEP Fund, Federal Fiscal Year 22, to the general fund in the amount of $5,000.
So move.
Second. It's exciting up here today.
Right.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing a fund advance repayment from the Sheriff's Office Selective Traffic Enforcement Grant, or STEP, for Federal Fiscal Year 23 in the amount of $18,501.08.
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuck.
Yes.
And then there's two other resolutions that are on here for the Transportation District. I would request to table these until further research can be done. I have questions on the administering of who will administer this if we do the resolutions at this point. So I would request that we table those last two resolutions until I can get more information on that.
Never hurts to do more homework. I'll make a motion to table the last two resolutions.
Yeah, I'll second, but yeah, I think there's two things here. I think there's the seat on the board, and then you also have the administration part.
Correct. I just want to make sure that we're covered
Yeah.
on both fronts before we pass anything. So
Yeah, that's fine, because I think that according to what, research I've done, but we'll dive in a little further if we need to, is the administration part, I think the regional planning has that to the end of the year. It's just that we found that previously that there was a change from the Attorney General that Commissioner can sit on the transportation district stuff on that, Hooven district. But yep, we'll take a deep dive.
yep,
into
I'll
that
take a look
issue.
at it and hopefully I'll bring it back and be able to present it maybe next week. So
Good.
it was on there and I started doing some research and I was like, I'm not sure how these are intertwined.
Yeah, I think
So I
there's
just
two
want
different things going
I
on
do
there,
too, but
yeah.
I want to make sure of
Yeah.
that before we pass anything. So
Yeah.
those are all the resolutions that I have.
Thank you, County Administrator. All right, well, see, we have some smiling faces out here in the public. Going to go to general public here to see if there's any reports, comments, statements, anything for the good of the order. Any reports from the chamber, TSEP?
Rob,
Wants to
Timber,
start?
Sisters, Adam, you wanna go first?
I want to hear
We're waiting
from...
till next week for their big report.
We're only 17 minutes into this meeting, we've got some time. Let's hear from our constituents.
Okay, well, hello everyone. I'm Marissa with the Chamber in Destination Seneca County. As Commissioner Schuff mentioned, we have been hard at work assisting the Bicentennial Committee, so we sit on that and are excited to celebrate 200 years this year. So some things we have planned, we are kicking off a year of events and celebrations on April 1st at 10 a.m. at the Seneca County Museum. So we will hear proclamations from our elected officials. We will hear the national anthem and just celebrate 200 years, and then there will be an open house afterwards at the museum that you can go and learn about the history, and then throughout the year we're also doing some different programs and initiatives. So we're having a beard contest like they did in the sesquicentennial, a canine commissioner. We're also doing a historical Secrets of Seneca County driving tour that our historians that sit on the committee have been working really hard at. So lots of things on the horizon. So feel free to follow the Seneca County 200 Facebook page, and you can also find all the information on our website on Destination Seneca County as well.
Thank you. Could one of you just give a quick explanation or talk about the post that went viral for the eclipse
Yeah.
and Martha Stewart and all that stuff?
Yep, so I'll talk a little about the eclipse. First of all, obviously it's coming up. Tyler, I think we have looked at the clock timer, 67 days, so that's the timeline for you.
Whenever Mrs. Riggs is ready.
Thank you. So a couple different things. Obviously, Eclipse is coming up here soon. So we have an Eclipse Insight event that we're hosting in partnership with FEDC, Fostoria Chamber, T7 Downtown Tiffin, the Health Department, the EMA as well, and other partners, just to educate our community. So far, I think we have over 100 people signed up for that, whether it be, we have a session at 9 a.m. at North Central Ohio Educational Service Center at 9, at 1 we're at the Foster Learning Center, and then at 5:30 we're at Seneca East Local Schools. So the big thing is obviously if we can educate our community and they're aware of what's happening, I think it goes a long way with providing that good experience that I think we're going to have. And last week we announced kind of our events activities for the year for the eclipse, and so we have like a bingo event that's going to be kind of in partnership with our community guide, which will start that Friday. That Saturday we have an Out of the Dark 5K in partnership with the YMCA in Tiffin Mercy. I'll be at 7 o'clock down at the YMCA, and then as Tyler alluded to, is the Lope of the Eclipse event, and so we announced that about I think 8-9 days ago. We have as of this morning 39 weddings signed up. It's crazy throughout the whole entire country. Drove about 3,500 miles to get here. And I was going to look at the list yesterday, but it started with Martha Stewart. God bless her. She did a little social media post for us, People Magazine and Yahoo Lifestyle, and that was over the weekend. As of last night, this is who's done stories on it. The big news stations at Albuquerque, Charlotte, Cleveland, Dallas, Dayton, Denver, Des Moines, Erie, PA, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Fort Wayne, Fort Worth, Fresno, California, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Los Angeles, News Center, Maine, Oklahoma City, River Valley, Arkansas, San Diego, Waco, Washington, D.C., and then also Yahoo News ran another story last night on it too. So it's really picked up steam, to say the least.
Wow.
A lot of people excited to get married, I guess, in Seneca County, but we provide the full experience. So we just actually met with Kendra's Cakes this morning. We'll be working with them and Hand Shoe on the cakes. We have Downtown Tiffin help support Paul Grover, so we'll have the first dance, the first toast, and then Judge Damon All will be performing the wedding as soon as it basically will start for that 3+ minutes. But it's been crazy to see. People have been reaching out to us because someone from Colorado actually reached out to me and said, hey, you were on our morning news. Yeah, they clip from WTL. Someone actually, I didn't put on the list last night. Chicago Nightly News, they had a story on it as well. They took the WTL article and then kind of maneuvered around it. So it's been, who knew, right? And I got a text last night from the Tiffin Police Department and the Sheriff's Office letting them know they love me so much. That's good. So I now drive the speed limit and wear my seatbelt at night. So other than that, no, we've had a lot of fun, and I think the biggest thing is obviously with Destination Seneca County and Chambers just thinking outside the box, doing things a little bit differently and just seeing what happens with it. And so far, some things catch fire, some things don't, and this one has certainly caught some fire. So
Definitely. So what happens, what's plan B then when we get 500 couples want to get married? Are we going to have to move out to the fairgrounds or what?
Yeah, I don't know, that's a good question. So we'll see what happens.
Frank's
Before it
Farms.
rolls off.
Yeah,
Frank's Farms,
yeah, right.
It's been good, but no, I honestly, it's been just last night. I said we've like every day added like 12 to 15, especially the last couple of days. And so I joke that I woke up at 2 a.m. this morning and someone signed up to get married at like 1:45 a.m. I don't know what you're thinking about 1:45 a.m. But I get married is probably what I'm looking forward to, I guess, that day.
Well, the bar's closed, you know, the two, something I doing one of those, like, hey, you know what?
My friend's Alice didn't get married on April 8th, but she's married now, so. But other than that, just obviously thanks to the commissioners for one, obviously all the support. The Bicentennial press release went out today for all the events, so I expect to see it probably in the AT tomorrow and other news sources, and then obviously for the funding for that as well, because all these things aren't possible without the city of Tiffin help support us with $10,000 towards the eclipse, which has really, I think, gone a long way, and then to the Bicentennial, you guys obviously supported that initiative with $10,000, and thanks to Teresa and the museum and all the different partners have come together to really make that a success.
It's a good investment.
So are we, you know, as far as fairgrounds, I mean, are those filling up? I know Attica and.
Yeah, so I think-
So what's the stance on
Yeah,
that?
yeah, they've picked up. I don't know what the Seneca County Fairgrounds looks like, but other conversations I've had, we did a story with Kip Kiefer out probably about a week and a half ago. He's got, I think, of his units, I think he sold over 10 of them, and he just went live like a week ago or so. But so far so good. And like I said, the only thing we can control is making sure people are aware. I think we counted since January 1, we've had WTOL or 13 ABC from the Toledo market, at least in our area, I think 8 times about the eclipse. Other counties around us have reached out. They said, hey, we're not doing anything. And they've got some pressure, I guess, to do something because they've seen some other things. And they're like, hey, we say you can either embrace this experience because it's a once in a lifetime. Some of our partners are just kind of, I think, dreading it. And they're just saying, hey, it's going to come, it's going to go, and then we're going to move on with our life. But we said, why not? And it was a story in the AT last week where I talked about, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for our small businesses to get kind of a little bit of boost in somewhat of a slower time frame to start the year off. So let's make sure that, people's doors are open. I think that's another big thing too, is that, I think there's been some messaging about, kind of feels like it's, a takeover and all people are going to come to our community. And I think we need to be more open to it and have our doors open, be accepting, be welcoming, and, take advantage of the opportunity of the sales opportunities out there. So run sales, I would say don't do anything too big. Just you can run something small, and then, you'll hopefully cash in on it.
We're always trying to figure out ways to bring people to the community. This is a great opportunity, so I'm hoping people see this as something good and not something negative or a drain.
Yeah, we have 2 weddings that 3 warnings actually right now as that are driving over 400 miles to come here, and they called the office actually yesterday. I think to choose they want vanilla cake or chocolate cake, and I was super excited to tell us she wanted vanilla cake. So Marissa says some lady wants to run her a land, and I picked up the phone and she goes, "I want vanilla cake," and I'm like,
The sound is really bad on the phone. I was like, I don't know who it is. She wants something about camping or something, and then he picked it up.
Do we have like a memento or something for the folks that are getting married, something to kind of remember Seneca County, or is there like
Sort of like-
besides the bag of chip, is there something that we
yeah,
can-
so we're working on some things that we do know, like right now we are doing like, we're making them custom, Marissa's really good with Canva, we're making them like a save the date, and we're gonna actually mail it to their house, and then some like,
Invites that they can send out to their families or whatever.
So we're gonna get those out
great.
this next week, so, yeah, we have, like I said, people coming from, I think every state around us have signed up, and we have someone from like 600 miles, which is kinda cool.
Maybe you should cut it off, a certain number, like
No.
200 or, no?
No.
That's right, yeah.
Trust me.
Oh.
And one thing I think we always do is like, shoot for the moon, and if you
You're gonna do
get
it?
the stars, you
Full
do
throttle,
pretty
right?
good,
Right?
exactly.
How much time do I have again?
7 days, he
Yeah,
said.
yeah, there you go.
The minute you started saying that phrase is not gonna come out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for the update, yeah, fantastic.
Any reports from TSEP? Adam Gilmore?
No, save all the good stuff for next week.
All right. Brett? In the back, anybody? Tom?
Paul, hey.
Yeah, I have a report. Obviously, I'm sure you probably heard that there was an error in our mailings for the tax bills. Approximately 7,000 of those bills went out to people that have an escrow account, and they should never get a bill. And they did, and now they're calling us wondering why. So our phones are right off the hooks. I guess it's a little bit better this morning. We've been trying to hit the media outlets and stuff. So hopefully we can get that cleaned up. I can also tell you that we will not be paying for those 7,000 tax bills that were sent by mistake. And the company also followed up with a letter, I think it hit the mail yesterday or the day before, to those same 7,000 saying, you got your bill, but disregard it because it doesn't apply to you, and they're gonna pay for that as well.
Where's that company out of? Is it Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. All right.
And we never had the issue before, so, they've been very good about looking at the list. The problem this time was that we had sent them the list of mortgage, what we call mortgage codes of people that don't get taxes because they're on escrow.
Yeah.
And then that was for real estate, and then probably 3 days later, we sent them a list for mobile homes. And they got the lists mixed up. And so they didn't send real estate to the mortgage people for mobile homes. And so that's how we got to that number. They know what they've done, and probably won't happen again, so. But I don't know.
At least it won't happen on your watch anymore, then,
No,
right, Paul?
probably,
Right. One more time,
hopefully not.
right.
Hopefully not, so, thought there was something else there.
How's the parking, is that?
That was the other thing. The other issue, it's working, what we've done is working. The only problem is, Julie and I each have a spot right at the beginning of the row where the customers are reserved parking for taxes. And apparently they think that when they see the 3 spots reserved, they think the next 2 are as well. I haven't been able to park in my spot all week, so I don't know. It's easier for me to walk than it is for some of those older people. Not much, but a little bit. But, I think we can probably get through with that the way it is. But the sheriff's working out great, and people come in, and I think they kind of step back a little bit when they see that, and that's good. So,
Sell you my spot.
We-
I'll sell you my spot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna have to get here as early as Julie does in the morning.
I'm setting you, man. I'm setting
Julie can start at 5. That's
Right.
actually her spot.
I was gonna say, you have to get here as early as Julie to save your spot.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Julie's fighting off the bars. That's
Right.
the problem.
Yep.
She gets there at 5.
Paul, do we need to write you a pass or you hang out there for 2-3 hours and stuff on that? Let the girls take, more guts
Yeah.
coming in, so that way, long meeting, tell them, so.
I think we're all right.
Good, good. No, that's good that things are, no, it's a tough spot, all the way around, but thank you for, updating us, and we get that, stuff out of our control happens, and I think,
There is a lot of concern, obviously, and we knew this, but I think the other thing kind of diverted it a little bit because the values are, 30-40% higher, and so their taxes are higher. But when they do that, I tell them how much my farm ground went up, and because it's up about 90%, so.
yep, exactly.
John?
Other than I've noticed, I keep an eye on the parking over there for the treasurer. They're, it's working. There's always a spot open or 2 or 3. And so that's working well for now and for the future. It's a very simple fix to do something like that, so.
And I see some of the gals from the hair academies over here parking too, which alleviates room and stuff like that, which is good. That's,
Other than it fills up a little.
Or, yeah.
I sent a notice to the
Right,
later
like I say,
tenants.
for at least,
All right.
so no, thanks for reaching out to them, and they must have heard you loud and clear, so.
I don't know.
Sent a notice out to the Lear tenants as well, so. Alright. Anyone else?
Oh, a business owner in Fostoria reached out to me yesterday and said they're selling T-shirts for the solar eclipse, and they're going to be one of a kind. And I heard there's going to be reflective decaling on the shirt, so when it's dark, you can see the shirt.
What's the sticker on one of those? How much?
Oh, I don't know. It's Beyond Laser Creations.
Like, okay. I'll
Very fine business in Fostoria, but
Yeah.
she,
She was the first year
saw
winner of
me
the business
yesterday.
competition.
Yeah.
And now in the back, does it have follow Scanner Media with your picture?
I hope to God no.
This seems like a paid endorsement.
I told her she should come to Tiffin and sell them on the streets. Make a bunch, come over.
And they give us the information. If you know anyone selling a shirt or merchandise, if they get to us, we're going to post it all. So, like Hawks Crystal, Wedding Project, that's something.
I'll have her reach out.
Point, the
It's great.
Calvert is doing a fundraiser with us on t-shirts, so.
Might as well make the best of it.
Sure.
Alright. If there's no other further comments, questions, concerns, business, we will call the meeting adjourned at 10:32. Thank you.